what is the currency I need? Again, I will go with the three ways of describing things: spiritual currency, mental currency, or physical currency. On health side, we need, on physical side, we need good health. Ultimately, without a good health, we are limited to do what we can do. We need health to generate that energy, that keeping that energy. We need that discipline. If we don't have discipline, we can be everywhere, and our actions or thoughts can be everywhere, which may actually be against the thing that we are trying to do. So having a discipline is important. Having food habits, good food habits. This is a controversial topic, so I will not go too deep in that. But just remember, when you think of this universe, or everything that exists in this universe as made of the same element, just remember, everything has life. Even the dust or smallest particle, you call atom, quark, whatever you want to call that, um, everything has life, is made of the same element. So it's important what we eat, that impacts us, because what we eat becomes us. Even if I eat something, that becomes me, at least in the body, right? And I imbibe the characteristic of the food that I'm eating. So what we are eating is important. That is why many spiritual people will talk about having vegetarian diet. They will talk about vegetarian. Why? Let me quickly address that. Will not go too deep, or I'm not saying non-vegetarian food is bad or whatever it is. It's only because of vegetarian food versus non-vegetarian food, basically animal kingdom or the plant kingdom. The plant kingdom has less level of consciousness versus animal kingdom has more level of consciousness. Animals have more desires versus plants have. Just at that, let me just say this way. I'm not saying that if you're non-vegetarian you cannot make progress. You can make progress, but just remember, these things do impact you. Unless you are aware of where you need to stop, how you can um, make yourself focus on the thing that you're trying to do. Unless you know that, everything can impact you. So just remember of the food habit. If you are spiritually aware, you even, or if you are if you have that realization, even if you don't follow the physical cleanliness, even that is fine. I know many people will disagree with me. Many of even famous people who are religious, or who are known for their knowledge or power on spirituality will disagree with me. But I know for sure that if you have realization, the food or the cleanliness or even the discipline will not impact your journey. But we need to learn this, because we have to get there. Once you get there, you can get rid of many things. Similarly, I will give you a very simple example to explain why I'm saying this. When you say trying to learn walking, swimming, cycling, whatever, when you're trying to learn, you have to pay attention to everything. You have to be disciplined. You have to do things in a certain way. You have to follow a practice. You have to follow a process. You have to follow best practices or whatever it is, right? You have to take some support. But once you know that, you really don't have to worry about all of such things. And cleanliness, let me ask you this thing. Again, very simple story, very short story. So a priest, a person goes to a priest and says, Father, can I, and again, nothing against any religion. I'm just taking one example here. So he asked, Father, can I smoke when I pray? So priest says, no, you cannot. How can you do that? This is your divine time, divine connection with God. How can you smoke when you are praying? So he says, fine. It means I cannot smoke when I'm praying or when I'm thinking of God. So the other person says, okay, you didn't ask it this right way. Let me ask this way. He goes to Father. He says, Father, is there a good time to remember God? He says, no. Any time is a good time. So can I remember God when I'm smoking? Why not? What stops you from remembering God? Aren't we doing the same thing? Just remember that. So these things are important to get you somewhere. Once you get there, some of these things don't matter. Same is breathing. Breathing is really important, a currency that we would need for good health. That is why many of societies are talking about different practices, whether you call yoga or different forms of yoga or exercising or walking, different ways of doing things. Breathing is one generator of your energy, and where we spend our energy. We spend quite a lot of energy. The more we breathe, the more energy we need. That is why people, whether they talk from scientific perspective, religious perspective, spiritual perspective, they'll say take long deep breath. Why? It has impact on your body, on your mind. It calms your mind, calms your thoughts, makes you feel better, makes you feel relaxed. But at the same time, it actually generates more energy. If each breath is a cycle, me inhaling, exhaling, processing that air that I'm breathing with oxygen, uh, turning that or taking out the carbon dioxide, it's a process. Our body is involved in that physically. So the less you breathe, or the longer you breathe, or longer your cycle is, the better it is for your body. I can tell you one thing, and you can ask any of the scientists, maybe at least the good scientists, good known scientists. If you breathe long and deep, you will live longer. In fact, some of the scientists has come to this conclusion that we all have certain level of breath, and once we reach there, we die, because our body typically is made to have that much breath, that many cycles, basically a cycle of breath, let's say this way. So the species who breathe heavily or very very fast, like dogs, they die sooner because they consume that cycle pretty quickly. So remember, breathing is really important. Similarly, agility is also important. I'm not going too deep because I know, as I said, if I spend each of these slide can take hours of discussion. It's such a fascinating topic. So agility is another thing. We need agility to have that energy, so we can remove the blocks that we have in our body, so that we are able to make use of the energy little better. So that is something that you would need. That is why many of us, many of the society talk about not only the strength, but having the agility, the flexibility. If strength was important, why would we only not talk about gym or lifting heavy weights and things like that? Agility is even more important, I would say. Coming to mental currency, and I'm probably gonna go sooner because I know it's already quite a lot, 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and I know Lisa has to go around 2:15. And I'm sorry, Lisa, you probably would not be able to uh, see everything, or I would not be able to cover everything here before you go. But
That's okay.
you will be,
You're,
you'll
it's
be
going to
able
be
to see that.
recorded, so I'll watch it later.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you for that, and apologies for again me taking time, because when I start talking about such things, I feel I don't do justice if I don't provide some information. And even if I take time, I still don't feel that I have done justice to the topic. So apologies for that. So going to the mental currency, determination is something that you would need. Absolutely, you would need that. If you don't have determination, you are not going to come through your limiting beliefs or roadblocks that your mind is gonna give you. Similarly, emotional balance is another thing. You would need that currency for sure. If you don't have balance, you're gonna act randomly. Your actions will not be directed, and you want directed actions. And for that, you need emotional balance, and that is where consistency is important. You need consistent actions. We'll talk about consistency a little more because I have a specific slide talking about consistency and small efforts. the power of or momentum basically. So we'll talk about that, the consistency in that slide. Let's move to the next one. Fearlessness. You have to be fearless. We all have some level of fear that we at times are able to see, at times we don't see that. But if you dig deeper, you will see some fear, something or other. Whether it is fear of the unknown, it is the fear of the future, it is the fear of something that your mind thinks is going to be difficult, anything of the how future may be, how something may happen, what if I don't have this. We all have some fear. We have to become a little bit fearless. That is the currency. The more you have, the better you will be able to move forward, the wealthier you will become. Because other things we can do, many of us, I think maybe 90% of the population will be able to do other things. Maybe they will have determination, they can have maybe consistency, not everyone, but yes. But fearlessness is something that not many can do. Hardly a handful out of millions can do. Actual fearlessness where you don't have any fear of what can come, what happens. Say, if I give you that example of karma, where we experience or we attract things that we have done, action that we have done in the past, are you ready to welcome the bad experiences that would come with the bad actions? We all want to do or get good things. Who would say, okay, I'm ready to experience my bad deeds, I'm taking the accountability, ownership, responsibility of the bad action that I did. If I need to undergo something, the pain I need to go through, the loneliness I need to go through, I will have that. But when we have that, we think of, oh, I'm lonely, or I'm having this pain. I must be really unfortunate. I must be really, um, um, what do you say, unlucky, because destiny is not favoring me. The other person has this, I don't have this. Why don't we look at that when we get things on our life? Why don't we complain? Why do we only complain when we don't get things? How many of us have that fearlessness? Because I'm sure many of us has fear. And similarly, we need trust. Like I said earlier in one of the meetings, if our trust is strong, whether it's in God or creator or anything, or any way of form you believe, then why are we fearing? Why are we becoming restless? Why we think things will not improve? Why we think our life is going to be miserable? At least we should have this much trust that no matter what happens, eventually will be for my own good. Just because I'm in a valley, or I see more valley, or it's a deeper valley or a longer valley, does not mean I will not have a peak coming. The important thing is to keep moving, keep walking, keep acting. That's it. Because once, if you don't act, if you don't move, if you don't walk, how will you move from one place to another? How would you get rid of the valley? Then you are looking for miracles. That is what many people do. Most of us do. And when I say you, please don't think I'm talking about this specific group. I mean in general. So then we will look at miracles. We'll start believing in forms of God or forms of other spiritual highlighted or enlightened being. or mentally stronger, spiritually more awakened, someone who seems to be more powerful, more calm than us. We turn to them and get their suggestions, uh, try to do things as per them. Whether we are convinced or not, we try to do that for some time and then give up after some time, because we were not aligned with that way of thinking, or we didn't have that much patience. But if you have trust, why there's a fear? For me, only one thing can stay at a place. Either it could be trust or it could be fear. For many, I would say, I think more than 99% of us, entire population of um, ours, we have trust and fear partially. So we don't have complete trust. I think very few probably would have. So just ask yourself this, and remember that the more trust you have, the better currency you will have, because that will mean fearlessness as well. Moving on to spiritual currency, you will need karma. Forget about the bad karmas you got. You can always do new karmas. You can always add good deeds, no matter what. That is why acting, walking, moving on is important. We have to keep moving. We have to keep working. Just remember to walk no matter what. Johnny Walker, keep walking no matter what. Even if you did something wrong or something wrong happened earlier or whatever you're going through, new karma can get you new things. Good karma can get you good things. Or the kind of karma or the kind of thing you want to get, do karma according to that. Actions. Spiritual energy is something that we will need to move forward, to take advantage of this partnership at a much deeper level. The more we think of not just ourselves as a body, everyone else, the other lives, the other life forms, many times we are not even aware of some of those forms. Desirelessness. We were talking about desires earlier. How many can be without desires? And what this world would look like if we fulfill all of our desires. Imagine a funny situation when a person loves the same guy or some girl, same girl. If everyone's desires are coming true, what will happen? This is just a simple example of triangle where a person loves with two people love with one person. How about money? How about the house? How about the car or anything else? Or beauty or the looks? If everyone's desire is coming true, all the desires, that is. It's a funny thing. I keep telling Bridge about it. See, if I have this ability and if I am able to give uh, equal money to everyone in this world, if I give equal money to everyone so that everyone has the same wealth in this world, it would not take more than 6 months to start seeing this disparity of wealth. Some people starting becoming poor. Some people starting to become rich. You will see that this disparity will come. And when we always say why God has created disparity, you just think of that. If you want to try that, you can try some experiments with your kids. You will know. Try to give them the same thing, because each one has different hunger, different affiliation, different liking. Since we all are unique, we say we all are unique, and at the same time we want to be alike. I guess we live in a confused world, or we confuse ourselves too much. Selfless service is something I already spoke about, so I'm not going to talk about that, but that is really important. Selflessly helping someone without even you acknowledging that you have helped someone. Don't let it go to your ego. And then you would need that connection with your divine or creator. That currency will follow once you are able to generate this currency. by your physical action, mental actions, and some of the spiritual actions, you will be able to generate. If you are able to generate, you will see, you will be able to become a better partner. You will be able to get more piece of the pie. So these are some of the things you would need.